Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So we are going to look at the transfer window, the January 2026 transfer window, and talk about the biggest signings that happened and what are my opinions on them. Do join in with the discussion in the comment section as well, and let me know if you're happy with your club's dealings. It's an interesting one because the January window is often a lot quieter, isn't it? But let's see if certain clubs have got what they wanted or if there are any shock transfers. Okay, so I'm going to sort this and we'll look at the most expensive transfers first. Okay, so, did he just go back? Weird. So, Antoine Semenyo, who's already basically paying off with goals, isn't he? He's gone to Man City for 60 million. Bournemouth have this habit of losing their biggest players for a massive profit, and he looked absolutely outstanding. I was looking at his record and he just basically used to play for Bristol and then went to Bournemouth, and now he's playing for Man City, so well done to him. Obviously, huge loss to Bournemouth, and he's already scored like 3 or 4 goals for Man City. He looks to have settled in perfectly straight away, and yeah, he is a fantastic purchase, to be honest with you. Talking about fantastic purchases, this is an odd one, isn't it? Is it a panic buy by Crystal Palace? So, Strand Larsen had a fantastic season last season. He scored 1 Premier League goal this season, and Crystal Palace, who thought that they were going to lose Mateta to AC Milan on transfer deadline day, signed him for 41 million. And then Mateta failed his medical and didn't go to AC Milan, so he's still with Crystal Palace, but he's injured, and he tops one of the, or if not tops, is extremely high on the list of, I think he actually might be top of goals to expected goals. Like, he has missed more expected goals this season than any other player in the top 5 leagues in Europe, and I think they needed to replace him regardless of whether he stayed or not, because he's just not doing it at the moment. So is it a risk? Yes. Is it a risk for that money? Absolutely. Will it pay off? Time will tell. Obviously there's a lot of crazy things going on with the club at the moment. Gay getting sold off, Glasner saying that he's going to leave at the end of the season. They lost Eze and they didn't really replace him in time, and then they thought they were losing Mateta, they lost Gay. Yeah, it's a little bit chaotic at the moment. I hope it settles down, because they're obviously a very good club and they were great to watch last year. This next one caught my attention. West Ham have sold Lucas Paquetá to Flamengo for 35 million. I just can't get my head around it. So they say the market value on here is 52 million, so they've sold him for a massive loss. He was their absolute playmaker. They're fighting relegation, and where the hell did Flamengo get 35 million pounds from? Just so many questions. If you know more than me, I think there are sort of some teams, like in the Premier League, getting bought out by consortiums and benefactors in Brazil now. So maybe this is an example of that, but he is an absolutely amazing signing from Flamengo, who clearly are trying to win the South American Champions League, the CONMEBOL Champions League this year with that purchase. That is a fantastic purchase, but A, where do they get the money from? And B, why would West Ham sell him? Is he out of contract soon? Really weird. That one I thought was a bit odd. Ben Johnson, we've talked about him going already. Obviously, in terms of Spurs, I think they let him go at the wrong time, because then they had injuries to Kudus. I think now that Solanke's back as well, they've started to play better, and I think he plays quite well with a striker like that. He looks a little bit lost at the minute. I hope that Strand Larsen is more of a target man for him to get the ball to, and to do 1-2s with and run off the ball. He started with loads of energy, but Crystal Palace just aren't scoring and aren't playing well. so it's difficult to be good in that situation. He's a guy, obviously I know him quite well because for the Welsh national team, he needs a lot of sort of mental support. I think he's got a little bit of sort of he just needs a bit of positivity, and I think he needs to thrive in a position where he's told he's the best, which could happen at Crystal Palace because, you know, he is one of their better players on paper, but I think that you just need to start playing better as a team, and then he'll come alive, hopefully. Conor Gallagher, excellent purchase. He wasn't getting the time at Atletico Madrid, surprisingly, being a very Simeone type of player. So yeah, they've sold him to Tottenham, 33 million, and I saw the Tottenham game the other day, and he looked brilliant in the midfield, very combative, wins the ball, plays it off. Yeah, he's a very good signing. This one caught me by surprise. Ademola Lookman leaving Atalanta after all these years and going to Atletico Madrid. I thought this would have happened last year or the year before that. But 29 million bargain. He's an absolutely classy player. Can play anywhere in the forward line, out wide, behind the striker, even as a striker if you wanted to, in the front two. He is a fantastic player. Oscar Bob. I'm a little bit shocked by this because I think what it suggests to me is a right winger who I read loads of horrible things about him on, was it Reddit? Some people saying like he's kind of doesn't know how to cross a ball, and yeah, so they've said 26 million, and he plays in the same position as Harry Wilson, so I'm like, what's that about? I have noticed, however, that Harry Wilson's moved to the middle, and he's roaming around everywhere, which is really perfect, because that's where he plays for Wales, more or less. Basically, do what you want, and make us goals. But yeah, they've got loads of wingers. I'm a little bit surprised by that. But they did let the Spaniard go, didn't they? He's gone again, the really fast one. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. Yeah, so I suppose they needed an extra pair of legs, but it's quite a lot of money for a player that is young and hasn't really done much yet. And I haven't seen him, but like I said, some people really do not rate him. So we'll see. I know nothing about Georges Elie Khena, going from Monaco to Al Ittihad for 25 million, but that's just Saudi money. Mohamed Meite also from Rennes to Al Hilal, 25 million. Castellanos leaving Lazio. Quite a lot of players are leaving Lazio at the moment, weirdly. We see another one here. 24 million to West Ham. He'll get them goals, and when he doesn't get them goals, he's very difficult for the defence to deal with. You know, he's constantly like chatting nonsense to them and winding them up and distracting them, and his movement's good. I think he'll probably pay off. Ryan going from Vasco da Gama to Bournemouth, he started brilliantly. He already got an assist, so 24 million bargain. Probably another player they'll sell for 50 million in 2 years. Gondouzi leaving Lazio, going to Fenerbahce, 23 million. He's that type of player, Gondouzi, that when he's on your team you love him, but when you're playing against him you absolutely hate him. So as a Roma fan, I'm so glad that he's not going to play against us in the derby anymore, because he got sent off last time. I think he always gets sent off against us. Very combative player, kind of like a Conor Gallagher, really. But yeah, he's but mouthy and falls over holding his face all the time. I'm not a fan, but that's because I'm biased and I'm a Roma fan. So a good signing for Fenerbahce, to be honest with you. He'll work quite well in their league. Gerson leaving Zenit to go back to Cruzeiro for 22 million, so another massive Brazilian transfer. Oh wow, really? I did not realise Benzema has left Al Ittihad to go to rivals Al Hilal in the capital for 21 million. How old is he now? 21 million, 38 years old. Crikey. They've got some money, haven't they? Marquet, I suppose, 19 million is great because they would have lost him for nothing in the summer. Should they have sold him last summer? Probably. Did he do brilliantly for them up until now? Absolutely did not. You know, didn't sulk, not on the pitch at least. Very solid player. He's a fantastic signing for Man City. 90 million, absolute steal. Pablo leaving Gil Vicente to go to West Ham. 19 million, don't know anything about him. Robinho Vaz leaving Marseille, very young, to go to Roma, very fast, up and coming. 18 million it says there. I think it could rise to 20-something million with add-ons. Excited. I've only seen 2 snippets of him coming on as a substitution late in the match so far, but he looks fast, looks good. Because we missed out on Raspadori. He went from Atleti to Atalanta. 18 million, so he's back in Italian football, good for him. He'll work quite well at that team, actually. Tammy has... So this was a weird one. Besiktas bought him from Roma. He was on loan. They bought him, and then they sold him the next day for like a profit. Weird. But Tammy thought he scored the other day, and it was ruled offside. But it's nice to see him back. He's a lovely guy, but I can't take to him because he didn't do well for Roma, and he also didn't do well for my other club, Swansea. So he's played for 2 of my favourite clubs in the world and not done that well, so I find it difficult. But whenever I see him, he plays with his heart on the sleeve, and he seems like a lovely guy. And obviously he did very well in his first stint for Aston Villa, so it's nice that he's back in English football. Giovanni Nascimento left Verona to go to Napoli for 17 million. I don't know too much about him. The nicely called John has left Red Bull in Brazil to go to Zenit for 15 million. Nils Angulo left Anderlecht for Sunderland, 14 million. Kenneth Taylor, now he's a decent player, has gone to Lazio for 14 million from Ajax. Abdul Kone's left to go to Leipzig for 13 million, centre back. Mendoza has left Elche for Atletico Madrid, 13 million. Sousa's left Santos to go to Tottenham. Well, they need more left backs, that's quite good. 12 million. Rudy Matondo has left Auxerre to go to Paris FC, 12 million. Rodrigo de Paul left Atleti to go to Inter Miami, so that he'll do really well there. I think he was on loan there anyway, was he? Guilherme left West Ham for 12 million to go to Sporting. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. So Roma sold him to Besiktas for 11 million, and then the next day they sold him for 17 million, so a 6 million profit. That's businessman for you. That's very good. Apparently, this is one of the biggest transfers in MLS history. So the very, very good Germán Berterame has left Monterrey and gone to Inter Miami for 10 million. So yeah, apparently that's like quite a big signing in MLS terms. Brian Maggio left Metz for Aston Villa, the striker, 10 million. Alex Toth has left Ferencváros to go to Bournemouth for 10 million as well. Let's be a bit more pecky then. Bacola, Ellison, Edwards left Gremio to go to Aston Villa for 8.3 million. And Lado, Ismail Kone, Kento Shiokai, Ajeti Szymanski has left Fenerbahce. Really rate him to go to one of my favourite clubs in France, Rennes. 7.9 million. I think it would be an excellent signing for them. Dro Fernandez. There was was he the guy that like did someone come out and say, oh, he's really disrespectful? Was it Hansi Flick who came out and was like, oh, the way he handled his transfer out of here was like really poor? So a little bit of an attitude on him. He's gone to Paris Saint-Germain from Barcelona, 6.8 million. I think that's the one I read about. Mateo Cassierra has left Zenit to go back to Brazil. Atletico, my favourite Brazilian team, Atlético Mineiro, 6.6 million, the striker. Carlos Vicente is gone from Alaves to Birmingham, 6.6 million. Rafa Silva's left Besiktas and gone back to Portugal, to Benfica, 5.8 million. Hell of a player he is. Any others worth noting? Stefan Posch has moved again. This time he's gone from Bologna to Como for 4.6 million. He seems to move every season. Juninho's left Flamengo for 4.2 million to go to Mexican capital team Universidad Nacional. Bojinov has left Antwerp for Pisa for 4.2 million. Leo Østegård has left Rennes to go to Genoa for 4.2 million. And Quinton Timber, the brother of Arsenal's Timber, Feyenoord to Marseille for 3.7 million. And I think, unless I see any more interesting ones, we'll leave it there. João Cancelo's gone to Barcelona from Al Hilal for 3.3 million. And any others of note? No, I think that's it. So yeah, oh yeah, Adama Traore, that's right, that's the one I talked about earlier on. So he's left Fulham for 1.9 million to go to West Ham. So it seems like they need some pace on the counter-attack by signing him. Pascal Gross already made a very good impression. Brighton back there, big fan favourite I assume. 1.7 million from Dortmund. Any others? Daniel Mahler. He's already done quite well for us, but still our tactics are not that good. Aston Villa to Roma for 1.7 million on loan with an option to buy. Noah Lang's left Napoli, gone to Galatasaray on loan for the moment, but I think they will buy him from that 1.7 million. Unpredictable player, but can be quite good. I think he'll do quite well in Turkey. Douglas Luiz has gone to Aston Villa, 1.7 million from Juventus on loan. Oh, Roman Yaremchuk has moved again from this time Olympiacos to Lyon. That's a nice signing for him. 1.2 million. When he's good, he's really good. Zinchenko's gone to Ajax. That'll be nice for him. 1.2 million. Cancelling his loan at Nottingham. Oh, where was he on loan? I can't remember now. Nottingham Forest, was it? I can't remember. And Jack Harrison going to Fiorentina on loan from Leeds. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little transfer roundup that we talked about. And do leave me a little comment with your initial impressions. Do you think any of these are quite decent, quite poor, risky, weird? Let me know. And do give this video a little like for me. And if you're new here, subscribe. You obviously really like listening to football roundups in a calm and relaxing way, like we have done on this ASMR football channel today. So consider subscribing for more content similar to this in the future. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Take care and see you again soon.